Welcome along to an action-packed edition of Badminton Unlimited. Coming up on the show, it's all about the HSBC BWF World Tour finals in Bali. We recap all the triumphs and tragedies that emerged from the final tournament of the Indonesian Badminton Festival. Let's start things off with the group stage. Group A saw the two-seeded players, Pornpawi Chochuwong and Pusala V Sindhu, moving into the knockout stage, with debutantes Lina Christopherson and Yvonne Lee occupying the last two spots. In the battle for the third position, the 21-year-old Dane defeated Germany's Lee 21-11, 21-14 to wrap up the duo's campaign in Bali.
It has been really nice and many good matches you get when you play this group, and so I'm just happy that I come to the final and just learn something each match, so yeah.
Meanwhile, Chochuwong topped the group after a 71-minute tussle with reigning world champion Pusala, boosting her confidence as she moved into the last four.
Game.
No surprises in Group B, with the highest-ranked Akane Yamaguchi and An Se-young progressing to the semi-finals. Busanan Ongbang finished third, with Yeo Jia-min occupying the last position. The Singaporean, who was playing in her first season-ending championships, was forced out of the tournament due to a knee injury. Ongbang put up a gallant effort in her final match, but Yamaguchi stood firm to deny the tie.
I think my performance today, quite good, but in my plan game, is not too much long rally, I just try to give every shot the best, and sometimes it works, sometimes it's easy mistake, so that is what.
In an earlier top-of-the-table clash, the Japanese earned the number one spot, courtesy of a hard-fought three-game victory over the Indonesia Open champion. Yuta Watanabe and Arisa Higashino topped Group A in fine form, without dropping a game. And Chan Peng-sun and Go Liu-ying secured their semi-final tickets courtesy of their victory over Matthias Christensen and Alexandra Boye. In an 84-minute marathon, the Malaysians trailed 4-9 in the deciding game, but showed grit and determination to win with a final score of 21-16. The Danes would quickly put the disappointing loss behind them with a win over another Malaysian duo, Tan Kian Meng and Lai Pei-jing.
We really want to end up three in the group, and we tried to be really ready today, even though we had a really tough match yesterday.
Group B was just as tense and exciting. Defending champions Dechapol Puravankro and Sapsuri Teratanachai, who survived two three-game matches, qualified for the semi-finals, together with Tang Chunman and Se-ying Sweat. Home favourites Praveen Jordan and Malati Deva Octavianti were disappointingly eliminated. In a winners-take-all final group match, the duo from Hong Kong, China, played with more patience and stuck to their game plan to overwhelm the Indonesians.
Sedih juga ya, maksudnya kita juga nggak bisa masuk ke semifinal. Ya tapi kita juga harus tetap lihat ke depannya dan kita harus tetap mempersiapkan apa yang di depan.
Despite a winless tournament, England's Marcus Ellis and Lauren Smith put up a spirited fight in their last match and left Bali with many positives heading into the World Championships. Group A in men's singles saw two injury withdrawals in the first round of matches. Kento Momota called it quits after just playing 2 points against Laksha Sen, citing a back injury.
We can't hear what's being said, but it is a return.
Due to his back.
いや、腰が、試合できないぐらい少し痛かったので、リタイアすることにしました。
Rasmus Gemke of Denmark also withdrew with an injury while trailing Victor Axelsen 1-5 in his first outing.
I'm really sad right now, but since the semi-final last Saturday against Loh, I have been struggling a lot with my knee, and I did anything to get ready for this match today, and yeah, with my physio and I did my recovery training, but yeah, it didn't work out and my knee is still hurting a lot.
The withdrawal of the two players meant Sen and Victor Axelsen automatically qualified for the semi-finals, with the world number one Axelsen finishing top after a straight games win over the Indian. Malaysian Lee Zijia topped Group B with 3 wins in 3 matches, ousting Kunlavut Vititsan, Tomajuna Popov and Kidami Srikant in straight games. Vititsan left it to the last day to qualify for the Final Four after winning one and losing one in his first 2 group matches. But the tie eventually came through following a tense 3-game victory over Popov.
ก็รู้สึกดีใจครับแล้วก็จะพยายามทำรอบต่อไปให้ดีที่สุดครับ
The group of death in women's doubles came in the form of Group A. Korea's Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young showed nerves of steel as they saw off rising stars Perlitan, Pinamuralitharan, Olympic champions Gracia Poli, Apriyani Rahayu, and Thai number ones Jongkopan Kitaharakul, Rawinda Prajongjai to seal 3 wins in top Group A. Home favourites Poli and Rahayu kept their campaign alive after they bounced back from their loss to the Koreans by beating Tan, Pina in their final group match to secure a place in the semi-finals with 2 wins and a loss.
We feel thankful that we could win the game because I know this is the important match for BWF Player. So we just want to really win the game. Yeah, that's it.
Group B toppers Nami Matsuyama and Chiharu Shida put on a flawless display with 3 straight games victories.
やっぱり1上がりと2上がりでやっぱり違うと思っていますし、やっぱ全勝して優勝したいという気持ちもあったので、ここをしっかり気を引き締めていこうねっていう話をして2人で準備しました。
Their final group match against Gabriela and Stefani Stoeva decided the 1-2 finish between the pairs, after the Stoeva sisters had also secured 2 wins coming into the match. However, Matsuyama and Shida proved too strong and secured top spot. In men's doubles, Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty pulled out of Group A after losing their first match to Denmark's Kim Astrup and Asger Rasmussen. A knee injury to Ranki Reddy forcing the Indians' withdrawal. For the Danes, though, that would be their only win in the group. Olympic champions Li Yang and Wang Qilin booked their place in the semis after defeating Astrup Rasmussen in straight games on match day 2, with their final match given as a walkover due to the Indians' withdrawal.
Finally, I win. I'm not the last of the group. Because I think today I have more patience on court, so maybe I let them move a lot and let them more space to play. So their mistake maybe more than us.
Marcus Finaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo, on the other hand, were pushed to 3 games in the final group match before overcoming Astrup Rasmussen in the heated exchange.
Yeah, of course we always want to give our best here, yeah, and it's really fun and entertaining match today.
Because they always always play like rally to me, and then after that I show to them if I'm still strong.
The victory propelled Gideon Sukamuljo to top spot with a perfect record, while Lee and Wang settled for second best, having lost their opening matches to the Indonesians. Group B saw Japan's number 1 men's pair secure top spot with a clean sweep of victories, booking their place in the semi-finals after a 3-game battle with Malaysia's Ong Yu Sin and Chiu Yi.
そうですね、レシーブタイプでやっぱ2人ともロングリターンでしっかりとした返してくるんですけど、やっぱりテオ選手も前衛ですごくうまいですし、やっぱりそこは、テオ選手に捕まらないゾーンで自分は勝負するように心がけました。
Ong and Teo also progressed into the Final Four, having won both their group matches before their duel against the Japanese, which would decide who finished top. Following a successful resumption of the international badminton calendar this year, BWF was happy to present the BWF Player of the Year awards for the 2020 and 2021 seasons in a virtual ceremony. 2 new awards were introduced, and here are your winners from the 8 different categories.
Hey everyone, first of all, thank you so much to everyone who thinks that I deserve this award. This means a lot to me. Thanks to my team, my coaches, my friends, my family, my competitors, everyone.
Hello， 大家好，我是戴资颖。很可惜这次没有办法到印尼参加比赛。那这次可以获得这个奖项，其实很意外，也很开心。那之后我还是会继续的比赛，希望球迷可以继续支持我，谢谢。
Ya, terima kasih atas dukungan semuanya. Kami bisa dapat apresiasi ini yang selalu mendukung saya dan Kak Grace dan semua pokoknya masyarakat Indonesia. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih buat Badminton World Federation yang sudah memberikan award ini buat kami. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
ครับก็หลังจากนี้ก็จะพยายามทำให้ดีต่อไปครับแล้วก็ขอขอบคุณโค้ชนะครับพ่อแม่แล้วก็สโมสรรวมถึงสมาคมแบดมินตันแห่งประเทศไทยนะครับที่ช่วยคอยผลักดันให้ผมในวันนี้ครับก็หลังจากนี้จะทำให้ดีที่สุดครับขอบคุณครับ
很荣幸我们今年可以得到这个 BWF 证明的最佳进步奖，也希望我们未来可以越来越进步。也很感谢搭档及身边的所有人一直陪伴着我们，希望我们可以越来越好。
很谢谢教练的教导，然后家人的陪伴，以及最重要的就是要很谢谢搭档这1年来的陪伴，然后支持还有鼓励，然后一起扶持到现在，谢谢大家。
Terima kasih kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, kepada keluarga saya, kepada NPC Indonesia, dan juga kepada partner-partner saya, serta seluruh masyarakat yang telah mendukung saya. Akhirnya saya bisa mempertahankan gelar Female Player of the Year tahun ini. Saya bisa mempertahankan gelar ini, saya sangat mengucapkan terima kasih.
大家好，我是屈子墨，很高兴能够荣获2021年度残疾人羽毛球最佳男运动员奖。我希望大家能够多多关注残疾人羽毛球，多多支持我，我会继续努力的。谢谢大家。
Bonjour à tous, c'est Lucas Mazur. Je suis très heureux d'avoir été élu par la BWF Player international de l'année 2021 avec Faustine Noël, ma partenaire. Et on voudrait remercier nos entraîneurs, la Fédération française de Bad et Yonex. Merci à eux. Bonne journée.
Bonjour à tous, je suis très honorée et heureuse de recevoir ce titre de meilleure paire de l'année en para-badminton avec Lucas. Donc merci et j'espère continuer dans cette lancée jusqu'à Paris 2024.
Time for a quick break, but stay with us as we look back at the action from the business end of the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals 2021. It's semi-finals and finals action coming up. The HSBC BWF World Tour Finals 2021 completed a memorable badminton extravaganza in Bali. The idyllic island proved the perfect destination for players and their entourages as they approached the end of a hectic tournament calendar.
You want the player also have the, kind of relax a little bit, and also you need kind of a tournament, kind of have fun, a little bit of glamour. I mean, so I thought like, okay, Bali, could be perfectly fit.
There is no winter here. It's always hot and it's a little bit rainy, just a little bit, but it's really good to, even if we lose a match or something and we're out of the tournament, we can just relax and just take out our mind out of the badminton and be ready for the next tournament, which here there was 3.
Bali's always been one of those destinations on my bucket list. I've always wanted to travel here. We thought about doing it after kind of Indonesia Open in the past, but we've always been a little bit too busy. So yeah, the fact that we've been here for almost a month, actually for work is amazing, and it is by far the most sort of luxurious and well cared for tournament that we've been to. So we are really pinching ourselves of how lucky we've been.
Hopefully they'll say, you know what, this is the nicest tournament, the best tournament, and will become memorable for the next 10 years. That's what we want.
Before semi-finals got underway, the Stoeva sisters announced their withdrawal due to Gabriela's back injury, giving Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young a free pass to the final. Fans were still treated to some scintillating women's doubles action, with Nami Matsuyama and Shiharu Shida challenging the more experienced Gracia Poli and Apriyani Rahayu. The match was decided in 3 games. The Japanese's slim 12-9 lead was quickly closed down by the Indonesians, but the 2-time Bali winners persevered and eventually won on their 3rd match point.
Until the end, we just want to fight the best that we can. But however, the result is still losing. So yeah, we have to accept and come back again.
In their 3rd meeting in as many weeks, and with a record in Bali at 1-1, the first semi-final was pushed into a deserving 3rd game. Both pairs had their chances to close out the match, but in the end, some tentative plays cost Tang and Se the final 3 points.
有少少失望嘅，不過我覺得我哋今日大家都發揮到自己嘅水平啦，咁即係加上可能有少少受傷，咁都頂咗落嚟，我覺得我哋都好滿意自己嘅表現。
In the 2nd semi-final, Dejapol Puavaranukroh and Sapsri Teratanachai led from start to end. Chan Peng-sun and Go Liu-ying threatened to overtake the Tides midway through the 2nd game, but a back injury to Go ended the Malaysians' campaign in Bali.
Because the back-to-back tournament, this few tournaments, so we enter the semi-final is very not easy for the veteran player. So we quite happy lah.
In the first semi-final, Porpanui Chochuwong failed to convert 2 game points in the opener, and that gave An Se-young the momentum to close out the match in 2 games.
Game.
The 2nd match was a 3-game thriller.
Oh, good defence. How on earth did she turn that?
Pusala v Sindhu saw her commanding 12-5 lead in the decider erode against the tenacious Akane Yamaguchi before a few clutch plays and aggressive attacks saw the Indian prevail 21-19.
She's done it. Pusala Venkata Sindhu through to a 3rd final.
Well, finally I crossed the semis hurdle, I would say, because the last 2 tournaments I lost in the semi-finals. So I'm happy that I won this match.
Ong Yu-sin and Chiu Yi came into the semi-final with the hope of upsetting the red-hot Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi.
Oh, he's gone off to change a racket.
The Malaysians lost a tight first game and were primed to fight back in the 2nd, when a back injury suffered by Teo handed the finals ticket to the Japanese. The 2nd match pitted Marcus Finaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamoto against Li Yang and Wang Qilin. With the first game in the bag, Li and Wang launched a late comeback in the next 2 games at 16-19 in the 2nd and 12-17 in the 3rd.
Wide, it's match point opportunities.
But a series of errors and nervous rallies handed victory to the Indonesians with a score of 18-21, 23-21, 21-17.
他们打比我们耐心，然后我们自己可能关键时候失误太多或者太急躁了，对，没有把球打到他们的空位，所以变成是打在他们手上，我们自己造成我们自己失误变多。
Over in men's singles, 20-year-old Kunlavut Vititsan produced an outstanding performance to knock out reigning All England Open champion Li Zijia. The higher-ranked Lee struggled with consistency and committed too many unforced errors, to the delight of the Thai, who won 21-18, 21-18.
ก็รู้สึกดีใจครับแล้วก็วันนี้ก็ถือว่าเล่นเกมได้ดีแล้วก็คอนโทรลลูกหรือว่าควบคุมลูกหรือว่าสภาพร่างกายได้ดีครับ
It was just another day in the office for Olympic champion Victor Axelsen. The Dane controlled his opponent Lakshya Sen in all departments and spent just 39 minutes to advance to a record 5th final in this event. In under 12 months, Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young turned a runners-up finish at the HSBC BWF World Tour finals to a champion's tale. The Korean top seeds looked refreshed in their final clash against Japan's Nami Matsuyama and Chiharu Shida, having been awarded the walkover in the semis. Kim and Kong took the early lead in the first game and did not look back, clinching it 21-14. Matsuyama and Shida fought back in the second, controlling the start of the game, but a run at 8 consecutive points from 5-9 down put the Koreans right back in the mix. The fight back deflated the Japanese's confidence as Kim and Kong claimed their maiden finals crown by the same scoreline.
저는 그냥 천천히 계속 제가 급해서 저가 실수가 나와서 자꾸 점수가 벌어졌는데 그냥 샌더 언니도 계속 차분히 하라고 해가지고 계속 차분히 하자 그 생각을 가지고 저는 플레이했던 것 같아요.
For the second season running, Dechapol Purvaranokro and Sapsuri Teratanachai remarkably completed another clean sweep of titles, this time in Bali with a straight games win over Yuta Watanabe and Arisa Higashino. The Thais battled hard in the opening game that saw momentum seesaw between the pairs before sheer determination saw them seal the game 21-19 on the second game point. And that dealt a huge blow to the Japanese pair, who were left helpless in the second, as Purvaranokro and Teratanachai won 21-11 to successfully defend the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals crown and lift an amazing 7th trophy of the season.
The first set we at before 15 points, I think we give them attack, and I not in the front of the net. Yeah.
Second game, she really best in the front and can attack a lot.
"19-year-old An Se-young followed in the footsteps of the Thai pair by claiming a trio of trophies in Indonesia. The first women's singles shuttler since Ratchanok Intanon in 2016 to win 3 successive titles. The Korean put on a masterful performance by overpowering and outplaying world champion Pusalavi Sindhu 21-16, 21-12 in 39 minutes to clinch her first HSBC BWF World Tour Finals title. And also assured Korea of 2 titles in 2 finals appearances.
일단 3번 연속 정말 힘들었는데 세계대회 뛰느라 힘들었는데 그래도 이렇게 좋은 결과가 저한테 오는 것 같아서 너무나도 행복한 것 같아요. 되게.
In a third final meeting in 3 weeks, Takuro Hoki, Yugo Kobayashi and Marcus Fernaldi Gideon, Kevin Sanjaya Sukumojo came into the match all square with a title each. And in another entertaining encounter, Hoki and Kobayashi took the game to the Indonesians, keeping pace in a fast and furious match. It was also their resilience that saw them bounce back from the second game loss to take a commanding 6-0 lead in the decider before holding their nerves to clinch a 21-16, 13-21, 21-17 victory and their first HSBC BWF World Tour Finals title.
今終わったばっかりでまだちょっと震えてるような状況なんですけど、本当なんかもう3週目だったのでラストの試合だったので、すごい勝ちたい気持ちでいてしっかり勝てたので良かったかなってとても嬉しいです。
In the rematch of this year's Yonex Swiss Open final, Kunlavut Vitisan was hoping to exact revenge on Victor Axelsen. And the Thai certainly started with a right intent, going toe-to-toe with his opponent till 12-13, before Axelsen's big match experience came to the fore with the Dane going on an 8-point run to win 21-12. In the second, the Olympic champion proved unstoppable, playing a patient game to come out on top 21-8 and win his third season-ending crown.
I started on the faster side, and it was pretty hard to control the drift in there today. But I managed to come out pretty well in the first game and controlled it good, moved well. I was a little bit tense here and there, but all in all, I'm pretty proud about my performance.
That's it for this episode of Badminton Unlimited, but join us next week as we have a very special episode on badminton in Denmark. Before we go, a reminder to download the Badminton For You app for all the latest news, live results and video content. Bye-bye and see you next week.